I'm not doing a fart.
Why?
She's gone.
She's gone. We'll get to that.
Ladies
and gentlemen.
Captain, my captain.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Another Folk in Scotland on this very sombre day.
I'm so sombre.
Wait, hold on. Before we get started, I've got to give a shout out
So sombre.
to Connor Gillis, right?
Uh-huh.
One of our new patrons.
Oh, no.
Young guy, very odd. And I've got to give a shout out to his friend and colleague, Paul Ramsey. Now, when someone describes a friend and colleague, that's a parole officer. That's the only person that I like to speak to. Yeah.
Is he the Ramses of Ramses Gold? Because he might be good to hold in with, the scrap gold people.
Oh, they've got money. All right. Okay, well, I'll be nice to him.
Hi, Paul.
So it's Paul and Connor.
Connor.
Okay. Connor was trying to send me pubes in the post.
Jesus.
And the thing is, if that had been the first time it'd been offered, they would have been offended.
I was at school with a Connor. He didn't have pubes. He just never grew any.
No, never come in.
My mate was a guy called Luke Young who had no pubes, and he did look very young.
Coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
So, the Queen is... No, I'm going to announce it. Hold on. I'm going to announce it in the traditional way of announcing a passing.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you this sombre news.
Mm-hmm.
Ding dong, the Queen is dead.
I know. The Queen is dead. Long live the King.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
She ascended from her crystalline throne. Her wings came out and she just took off.
I think more like a crab.
She had a glut of blood and she just took off into the stratosphere.
No, more likely a crab. I'll tell you why, right? On Earth...
She cast off her carapace.
Yes, crabs have evolved 7 times independent of each other.
Right.
So if you go to another planet, the most likely animal you're going to come up against is a crab-type creature.
I've always thought one of those fish that looks like a cock.
7 what?
Sea
Why is that the first thing on your mind?
Sea cucumber. Well, a sea cucumber... No, it's a tardigrade.
I don't know.
It's a little thing that just lives everywhere. It's in your pubes. It's on the carpet. It lives in the fucking atmosphere.
Oh, the water bear
Water bear lives down wells.
Well. I think she'd be a crab and the legs would come out her mouth. Now, this is what I believe's happened.
Okay.
She dies.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone leaves the room. She comes
like
out.
the Emperor out of the Dark Crystal.
She scuttles downstairs where Prince Philip
is waiting for her.
The Queen Mother, they're all there going,
like the Rainbow Bridge.
Yeah.
When your dog dies.
And then what happens? They're all around the crystal, right?
Uh-huh.
And there's children brought in cages, and the children are all scared. And the Queen goes, "Ooh!" And Prince Philip, he puts his bonnet back on like a Skeksis, and he has a shotgun, and he goes boom, but he misses the kids because he's just like Skeksis-y. But the Queen Mother, she knows how to get the kids because she carries a hammer.
They said it was like a fish bone that almost saw her off. It was a baby bone.
Baby bone.
It was kind of how babies have got really sharp fingernails.
Yeah.
One of them caught in her
Right in
craw,
her throat.
in her maw.
It could happen.
She's an old lady, but she's 96. Shit happens, man. The whole country's stopping. We can't really afford a 10-day off.
Right.
Everyone
Here's why.
stopped.
People, I was talking to my mum about it, and she goes, "You're very cold." And I went, "Hold on."
Mm-hmm.
A 96-year-old woman who's had
who you've
great
never
health,
met. Never met.
Great health all her life, family, she can pay off nonces, she can do all sorts of things. She's lived in privilege that you can't imagine.
Cannot imagine. They hide the money they've got.
She gets to... Her face is on the coins.
Yeah.
She has this life of privilege and wealth, not earned, just born into
As
it.
I've said, the royal family are like toddlers, and the whole country is their play set.
Yes.
We are the railway set. We're the little model figures.
She gets to 96 and she dies. You shouldn't be
No,
crying.
She's not.
Fuck it.
No,
It's done.
she didn't suffer.
No, she didn't suffer.
Have some
Now,
prolonged
you could see,
cancer.
if you're aware of what old people go like, you could see she's been dying for a couple of months. This is what happens.
Mm-hmm.
You could see it. But she's up on her feet the other day, and then she goes into her castle in Scotland. Her castle.
She was like
just dies.
She was like a cat.
Who
You know when a
cares?
cat's dying, it goes under the house to die.
Yes.
She went to Balmoral,
and then so she could crawl out her mouth.
But I think she was dead most of yesterday.
Oh, probably she died. Yeah,
I think. Well, her granddad, they gave him an injection because they couldn't have the Queen like lingering.
That's true. You can't have it.
She can't be lying in her bed. Oh,
Do you know? But all this is happening, right? And see if there's an old guy in Dundee who dies,
It's never had
Right.
anything. He's one pleasure in life's been a doubt, but we fagged.
right? And then people say, did he have a good life? Now I've been to funerals with people
Yeah.
like that. They've not had a great family around them or
Yeah.
anything, and they have a good life, but they enjoyed life. Well, let's celebrate it today.
Everyone that's
And-
listening to this, think to yourself, what's the Queen ever done for you?
Fuck all.
Nothing.
What
what
she's
we-
done? She's taken our taxes
She's
to
taken
pay
our
off
ta-
a fucking nonce.
To pay off a nonce. I've always said Britain cannot be a serious country when it's got a royal family. It's
When I was in the
ridiculous.
States, they would talk about the Queen and go, "Is it real?"
The
They
flags
thought
are
it was silly.
the flags are at half mast in America.
It's ridiculous. I was driving down the fucking road, and all the the new billboards,
Yeah.
all the big TVs. It's just the Queen on it.
Oh my lord!
There's just pictures of the Queen with her like that. Ugh.
Licks. This country is a country of lick spittles.
It's
brown
a
nosers.
what? A lick spittle.
Spittle
Well,
and
that
brown
sounds
noses.
terrible.
We're all on our knees like Nicholas Witchell. Just fucking.
Did you see them go? It's a terrible day, and you've got to on BBC. You've got to talk with a tone of
black ties.
loss and black. Stop it!
No, you didn't know the woman.
You didn't know
Don't
her?
be shy. The old Truss, Jizz Crust, our
Jizz
Prime
Crust.
Minister. Well, we're in trouble. But she said the Queen has seen, her opinion is, the Queen in her reign, Britain has gone from strength to strength. Now, any way you kind of look at it, there's been improvements in this country, but a lot of it is a cultural thing that's happening worldwide, where attitudes to thing have improved.
Yes, that's true.
But as a power,
Mm-hmm.
Britain has declined ever since she's been in charge.
Oh, of
That's
course.
not a bad thing.
That's,
I'm just
no,
saying,
but I
you can't
agree.
say that
Yeah.
Britain has went up in the world standings. It's when the Queen took over, Britain had some clout.
Yeah,
We don't have any.
we don't have
clout.
any now.
We're like
That's good.
Disneyland. We're like a boring We're Disneyland. The royal family are just Disneyland with dandruff.
That cost a hell of a lot more.
Tweedy Disneyland with dandruff. That's them.
Exactly.
They're wanting to make.
Skexus with tweed.
They're wanting to make Prince Edward the Duke of Edinburgh. That fucker.
Oh my God. I have stories I can't repeat,
No,
but I have stories.
But, Kim, I mean, they're human beings, but get
It's a
them all.
cult of personality, man.
Get them all together. It is a cult of personality. When people in the streets crying, just because something's been there a long time. Kim, I mean,
To our international listeners,
I've got my belly button. It's been there all my life, what's left
well,
of it.
it's not there.
But it's just someone's there. It's like we've been indoctrinated into
Yes,
this.
I agree. To explain to our international listeners,
Mhm.
it's also seen as quite silly here as well. And there are
But
royalists.
that
there are
voice is
people,
that voice is not given.
it's not given. They've done a poll in England
Mhm.
because they're saying, well, the English people really like the Queen. They don't. It's the
No,
same as
it's the
anywhere
same.
else. It's just nonsense.
What they'll say is the Queen. I always thought the Queen's. She's been there for a spell. People don't like throwing an old lady out of the house.
Yeah.
But when she's gone, they're in trouble. So the royal family will be fucking doing everything, but they'll be trying to tone down the pomp, and you just can't.
How can you do it when
can't,
you've got a golden
because
seat you go on?
William and his wife, the kids were away to school the other day.
Oh, and they're trying to be
so
normal. They're not normal. They're not normal. I used to
Is
see
it not
William
the biggest
all the
diamond
time.
in the world on that?
Yes.
crown? Yeah, okay.
An Indian one. We'll just take that. But I used to see William at St Andrews all the
Yeah.
time. Well, there was an incident with me and him surfing.
Yeah.
Long story. But he'd have like security guards
don't
walking with
know.
him with guns.
Their
It's not normal.
Their life is so privileged. Prince Charles thinks he's ordinary. That's how.
Yeah.
But there's a man that pulls on his trousers. He's got a guy that dresses him.
This is my theory of what happened
Aye.
last night.
Right.
Butler downstairs. Charles, sir, we'll have to get to the jet to get to your mother's side. And he's upstairs with a crown on and the sceptre
Right
going,
on.
voo, voo, like a lightsaber.
I bet
And
you
he's going,
Camilla got it
"Oh, you've seen
hard.
this.
Camilla got it
Wearing
hard
the
last
crown,
night.
you know, the cloak.
Oh.
Oh, you're
Camilla,
getting it.
watch Camilla when she's going about her duty. She'll be staggering.
And it didn't go in the
It'll
proper
be
hole.
It'll be no.
There's no way.
He doesn't know one hole for the other. They don't
They-
do it. No, but she lays her eggs and then
Yeah,
like lizards.
Oh,
But they're getting in a lot of trouble, so I don't know what they'll try and do. There'll be a lot of PR shit. I noticed, funnily enough, Charles popped up the other day going on about his latest charity is sesame seeds. Can people have allergies?
oh my.
Somebody died of an allergy. And
Right.
he's going to make his little mission. So it's like little things.
Little things. It's
But the whole
nonsense.
system, you pull it apart. It just people are terrified. Oh, what happens? But presidents are terrible, they say. But you say, well, no, it's not.
We cannot have a royal family that has any say in
and
anything.
And if you think a royal family, if you're not in the royal family and you think the royal family are a good idea, look at yourself in the mirror. You choose to have to bow and scrape to someone. You're a fucking supplicant.
You know they're chosen by God to rule over
and
the people.
And another thing,
madness.
The position the royal family are in,
if
it had been left to them, they would still be absolute monarchists.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Given the power of God given down to them.
Yes.
It was taken from them. Remember that. It's an uncomfortable position. They said, yesterday, the Queen was signing in the junior ministers. You're like that. A lady on her deathbed is given the power over a fucking political system. It's like
exactly. They're saying it like they're proud of it.
Go along to some old folks' home in Dundee and say, Gladys, you're in charge of the nuclear deterrent. Could you sign?
It's true.
Well, we'll go with Trident again,
but
Gladys.
Listen, we're talking about someone dying in any circumstance is
no that wee that wee kid, that wee
I know what you're
child
saying,
in Liverpool that was murdered. That is a tragedy.
This is not a tragedy.
A 96-year-old dying is not sad. It's inevitable.
It just happens.
And she had a good life and a good death. There's no
on.
sorrow. There's no weeping. Move on. But we're going to get 10 days of this. And journalists I know who are funny how Emily Maitlis just left the BBC.
Oh yeah.
They wouldn't want her around.
No, that's true.
So I take the one good thing is Prince Charles hates Andrew.
He does.
Andrew wouldn't be bounced because Andrew was the Queen's favourite. So Andrew's position.
Fucked now.
He's fucked. You'll never see him again.
Good for that. But now, people are not thinking about everyone on this day.
No.
I'll tell you why.
All that money they're buying flowers. Give it to charity.
Give it to charity. They won't do that though.
No.
They want flowers piled up at Buckingham Palace. So here's who I'm feeling sorry for.
Right.
Anna de Armas, the actress.
Oh yeah, she's doing mad.
Well, because at the Venice Film Festival, she is walking out. Beautiful girl.
Oh, beautiful.
Comes walking out. Gorgeous. Her frock must have cost a fortune.
Oh yeah.
She comes walking out, and everyone's looking at their phones. Because during her walk on her premiere of Blonde, everyone's going, "Oh, the Queen's dead."
Ah, yeah.
Not a flash went
That's
off.
what happened when...
Think of the actresses.
When Mother Teresa died, she died in the same day as Lady Di.
Nobody cared.
Nobody cared.
Well, that's...
She was a fucking...
Without being doom and gloom,
Wow.
as Lady Di died, and my dad was in his final weeks of life, and someone said to me, "Oh, Lady Di died," and I was like, "I really don't care." And I went, "Oh, you're a cold-hearted." And I'm caring for my daddy. People don't care.
No, but
and it's a cult of personality.
They're like this. You always used to think that the foreigners were a bit emotional.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to Southern Ireland on holiday when I was a kid. And when you went along the roads, anytime there was a car accident, there was shrines and flowers.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not something that happened in this country.
Mm-hmm.
After Lady Di died, you see that at sides of roads in the UK now.
That's right.
All over the place. It became this weird... I don't like it.
It's a strange
It's
thing.
a bollocks.
It's a strange thing.
A grief should be a private thing. A family grief, someone you love, it passes. It's a private thing to you and the family.
It was funny.
But this...
When Lady Di died, I was actually in Paris that night, and I
You were involved.
hired a little white Uno. And there was honestly, it's a coincidence. I was driving through, and there was this cunt flashing lights behind me. So I tested my brakes. That should put him off the road.
She'd be alive if she had her seatbelt on.
We all know that. The only thing that was learnt from
one guy
this
survived in the car. Who was he? Guy with the
seatbelt on. Go the speed limit, right? Don't have a drunk driver and put your fucking seatbelt on. It would have been a very different. But they blamed paparazzi on mopeds. They'd done 30 miles an hour.
Not true.
Nonsense.
Not true. She would have made an arse of herself.
Oh, yeah, it was.
She was going down.
Was coming.
She would have ended up fucking Trump. People go, no, she
holy
wouldn't have.
shit!
Quite. That was the circle
yeah,
she was moving in.
That's what. That's a
she would have hooked in with Epstein. Epstein moved in those circles. Yeah.
The first lady would have been Lady Di.
Oh, imagine.
Oh,
he would have been all over.
That would have been great.
Sausage fingers.
I would have liked that.
Because Prince Charles has got these sausage fingers.
He's got fat fingers. It's like he keeps his elastic bands from the postman on his wrist.
For weeks.
Yeah.
But they're just, so we're going to get, she'll be stinking. She's in St Giles Cathedral.
Oh,
they'll lay her out the Smith 2 weeks.
Oust. Now, for St Giles Cathedral that she's got to lay in
It's
state
roomy.
for 2 weeks.
No. I think she's. Is it not called Operation London Bridge? Because if she dies,
It's
she's
falling down.
Because she's died in Scotland. She goes to St Giles, then they take her down to England
to lie in state.
and lies in state.
Right, okay. Well, here's for anyone they will obviously be
It's a wee
listening.
shoebox.
Don't use what's it called? Febreze
That's out
around the Queen.
Oh,
Oust. A good cat, the green stuff. Use Oust. It'll get rid of the death smell.
imagine
It's
some
wonderful.
some innocent little child
Yeah.
walks across to the coffin and reaches out like Lennon.
Yeah.
Lennon's still there, fight, and he's looking well. Just touches her, and she's just made of porcelain. It's all a fraud.
Not real.
It's all.
Has she ever been there? CGI.
It's Jesus Christ.
Now, the next thing. Now, you think this is a disaster. But
Mhm.
again, this is mainly for our international listeners because they won't be aware that something's going to happen today. Happened with Lady Di. It's going to happen today. That there's certain songs that are not allowed to be played on the
Christ,
radio.
Yeah.
Because
Killer Queen.
it will kill her Queen. Now, hold on. I've put them. 1, Itsy Bitsy Teeny Weeny Yellow Polka Dot Bikini. You won't get it.
No.
No one will play it.
No.
Right? Second one, personal favourite, Club Tropicana.
They won't play that.
They won't play it.
Not joyous.
You will not hear the Thong Song by Cisco.
No.
It will not be on today.
Will they play Johnny Cash?
No, and
Halt.
anything by Queen.
Well, during the Falklands, people don't realise, during the Falklands, there was hundreds of songs weren't allowed to be in the radio.
Hundreds. Anything by John Lennon.
Yeah.
And that was the same as Lady Di. You're not
Yeah.
allowed to.
BBC. Now I
Weird.
like the
Weird.
BBC. I like David Attenborough nature programmes.
Yeah.
And I like Flog It. Other than that, I found the repair shop too maudlin. But it's just so chronic. You forget it's state sponsorship,
It's state.
but it's a subtle way. It's not as blatant as the North Koreans, but it's just done in a middle class fashion.
But this is it. We have state television.
Yeah,
We're like Romania in 1990.
yeah.
It's terrible. Get rid of it.
But other people get involved. They spoke to some woman and some lassie in the street, and up to her and says, "What do you think?" She says, "I'm not a big fan of the royal family." She said, "All the nonsense and that with Prince Andrew, I'm not a big fan." And they just get... But if people remember, I did shout, "Show us your tits" to Kate, the future queen, in London.
Did you?
I was walking through London.
Good for you.
Walking through London, and it was an event,
Mm-hmm.
an art gallery. Pushed my way to the front of the crowd,
Oh.
in amongst the paparazzi, and out came fucking Frodo.
Okay.
Or Bilbo Baggins
Bilbo
from Lord of the
Baggins,
Rings. He came
right.
out, Ian Holm, and I went, "Frodo!" And he looked. And then Philip Bold from Faker Fortune appeared. Didn't shout at him. And then Kate came out with a phalanx of people. And I'm like, Kate! And she looked across, "Show us your tits!" And all the paparazzi were laughing. And then suddenly I looked around and all these bobbies were coming towards my
I bet
position. So I got out of there fast. That was our first public engagement.
Sir, you're a hero.
Uh-huh.
You are a hero. I didn't realise. But it's not all bad. It's not all bad. Today is the most special, important day for one person.
Who?
At the BBC, there's someone whose job it is, a producer, every 2 years to update
Uh-huh.
the death video
Oh, yeah.
of
yeah.
the Queen. And last night, he was on his phone to his mum. "Mum, this is it. 30 years I've been doing this
But
job."
imagine if it's Andy Peters that does it.
Oh, that'd be great. She's finally did. "Mum, watch the telly tonight. You'll see it. I've been working on it." Now, he's unemployed, but this is his magnum opus.
It's just...
His programme will be on, and he'll get to see it.
Saying that, Charles is in his 70s now.
Yeah, he'll go next week or something.
Ach, they all last. They all last.
They'll
in
have
the 90s.
private doctors checking on them
The-
weekly.
It's not weekly, man. They've not got doctors. They have surgeons. All the
Are we
all
paying
the-
for this?
Yes, all the people in line for the throne have surgeons. that
My
go
taxes
everywhere.
were a lot this year. I'm like,
Balmoral. They'll go Balmoral, kind of wee dusty wee place. It'll have a surgical suite. They will. They'll have it all kitted out. For
Well, I
them.
imagine so. I
Yeah.
imagine it's all going to be like that.
Last night, a jet took off at Dundee Airport at pace.
Yeah.
Private jet, and it took off like a whoomph. And it was heading. I wonder if it's heading. Maybe Lorraine Kelly was flying it.
Lorraine
She
Kelly.
doesn't need a jet, though.
Well, maybe she's going to... Her crab form comes out of her body and helps the Queen
But
down
Harry
the
had
stairs.
rushed, but not made it. She was dead before he got there. He ran in. They've got all the rings off the fingers. He's like, fuck, fuck.
Out with a pair of snips.
He's like that. Fuck. The door handles are off. All the tapestries are gone.
Imagine if just like a normal person like us walked in, and the whole family are just in the drawers. Like, oh, what's this? They're all wearing. It's like when you see them leaving it after she
Solid
dies.
gold horse.
They'll look like they're wearing body armor. It's just necklaces. Whoa!
I'd love to steal. It's like I love Antiques Roadshow. People go on, and it's like that a wee silver cigarette case, and like that. Oh, my granddad got that as a gift for working for the steak in the posh people's house for 40 years. You know, he stole it. Posh people don't give the working class anything. Remember, folk worked in the States. People worked in service. They called it in service, and they worked for that. And everybody did. Everybody knew somebody that worked for the States. The minute Industrial Revolution took off and there was factories, people flocked to the factories. They would rather work in factories than work for fucking poshos.
That's what happened.
All you need to know. People say, the factories were grim. Better than being bossed around
that's right.
by some fucking chinless inbred.
Now, in Buckingham Palace, there's going to be a guy who no longer is able to wipe the Queen's bum.
Do they actually wipe the bum?
They wipe
There's
the
a
bum.
lady of the chamber.
Wipe the bum. Now, here's the problem.
Things like QCs, Queen's Council is now KCs.
Oh,
King's
right.
Council.
Oh, God, it's a change, isn't it?
All that money's going to get changed, all the stamps.
Wait a minute.
Think about it.
All our money. It's going to have his face on
It'll be
it.
phased out. How would they get his big
Oh my
hooter on
God,
a
that's a weird face to have, isn't it?
Big finger.
I mean, her face is weird.
Well, they've not updated her face. They should have one. They should have one little tranche of coins, which is her when she met Liz Truss, when she had the black eye and the swole. Just one. Ken how they do? Was it sterling mint or something? Can they do a special edition from the Royal Mint? And it's just a gold coin.
A Franklin Mint plate.
Franklin Mint plate.
In her bed.
Somebody just emptying the bed pan. Tube coming out.
Catheter.
Beautifully rendered in the finest porcelain.
A limited edition of 35,000.
35,000. Folk bought those fucking things.
The back of the News of the World had some incredible things on it.
Oh my God.
With a black
Franklin
eye.
Mint. But the thing is, people said she's looking well then. She wasn't looking. You knew she was a goner.
She actually stood like a Skeksis.
They'd pumped her. It's probably the drug they gave her to get her through that day.
My God, yeah.
They'll have given her some horse stuff.
It's what
She's
they give
like
you.
that. Go down to the kind of stuff they give horses to give them an edge.
They call it pain control.
Aye.
Because they're not allowed to kill you.
Aye.
So what happens in the final moments is they say, look, they don't want people dying in distress.
Yeah.
So they go, this is
Fluid,
pain relief, right? And this pain relief is heroin.
Yeah, just the best of stuff.
And that's what it is. They just give you method on heroin.
Poppies. There'll be a poppy field
every time, any movement, press that button. Any movement, and within 20 minutes of it going in, just fall asleep and die that night. That's what happened.
What you can say about it, I think she kind of took it seriously. I'll give her that. She took her job seriously, but she tried to just get through that day, then it's just seen her off.
But they call it duty rather than just holding on to power.
Hold on to power. It's a weird position. It's like stately homes. Poshos get to live in them. They donate them so they don't have to pay tax.
Yeah, that's
grace
right.
And favour.
Yeah.
That's no on.
No.
But they won't. But like I say, this should be the time for let's see what the options are. There's more chance of there being a second Scottish independence referendum than there is for a referendum in the Royal Family.
Yeah, they'll never have it.
Never happen.
I don't know why. I don't know why people are so attached to it. They just, why do they need this royal family?
Because I think it feeds into everything. Maybe the English are more prone to this, but there's a lot of Scottish royalists. The flag, the football team, everything, your identity. I'm not a real nationalist person. My nationhood doesn't really inform who I am.
That exactly,
some
same
people,
here. Yeah.
It's part of them. If you maybe are an insignificant person, but you think, but that's me as well. The royal family are me. We're all us, and it's not us.
Oh, well, this is the same as when you say we're putting the taxes up on billionaires,
Yeah.
and people without a penny to their name going, that's not fair.
That's unfair, but they're better than us. They're running.
Yeah, and they're
So
giving us
it's
jobs.
years
and you're like,
they've selectively bred us
that's
for
right.
years.
Yeah, we're just
Cattle.
yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
But I'm just thinking about a Franklin Mint limited edition. In her bed with a black eye, that would be amazing.
but what's fun?
I hope someone could paint
Nicholas Witchell, who's supposed to be the royal correspondent,
that. Yeah.
10 minutes before they said she was dead, was like that. Tomorrow's another day. She could, this could all be discussed. She could pull through. She could be absolutely fine tomorrow. You're like, you've got your finger on the pulse. She'd been dead for 4 hours. Fucking silly cunt. There's been some funny stuff like they'll get bury him alive in the pyramid. He was going to be killed like a wicker man. But he's now got the king. Charles hates Nicholas Witchell's guts.
Yeah.
There's footage of him going, there's that odious little cunt.
They'll hate each other. I love it. It's like Game of Thrones, but with tweed.
There's a guy called, I think his name's Dickie Arbitrage or Arbitrage or something. But he was a Queen's press secretary. He's a snivelling fucking turd, but he's a kind of one of these guys who wears blazers.
Mm-hmm.
But he's just, oh my God, they just think they're wonderful. But the mistake they made, and it was actually the Duke of Edinburgh who fucked them.
Mm-hmm.
The royal family were distant. They were better than us.
Okay.
They didn't speak. They were just statues. They had a function.
And that's what keeps them safe.
That's what keeps them safe.
Yeah, that's
but
it.
he said, we need to modernise.
Mm-hmm.
And they started to do stuff where they interviewed them. They went out at their picnic and there was like ordinary people. And that was the rot that set in. And then you had, remember Prince Edward, It's a Royal Knockout.
It's a Royal Knockout is amazing.
Amazing. Second only to Prince Andrew's. So it's a death of 1,000 cuts. And when they're on a platform and they're a royal, people don't understand. They're not human beings. As soon as they're human, the Queen farts. She takes a shit. They were allowed to have affairs. Nobody reported on it.
Yeah.
But then their dirty laundry was out. Their washing, their divorces, and then they're just people.
They're just people.
Of course, they're people.
They're just incredibly inbred
So I
people.
think they will try and tack. And they'll try and be more like a kind of Norwegian royals. Can those people that go about?
Yeah,
won't work.
It won't work. They've built it too high.
They've got too much. They've too much stuff.
Yeah,
they're no get. Again, it was in the telly the other day. They get Airbnbs for the property. The Queen's like the biggest property owner in the UK.
Yeah, no. The only way it can work is that it ends.
Yes,
that's the only way it can work.
You can either they'll try and streamline it. So there's going to be just this immediate family and cut it, but it's not going to work. I'm hoping in my life I'll see the end of them.
Yeah, that would be great.
I'm not sure because people have said the thing that the royal family are best at, the one good thing they can do is sustain themselves. They continue. They're very good.
But there's so many people, sycophants around them that will assist that.
Yes.
You see people around the world at the moment just... okay, you've got leaders around the world saying, it's a great loss and all this, because that's political. They have to say it.
Trudeau said...
But why should it be political?
Yeah. Trudeau said she's one of my favourite people.
Trudeau! Canada doesn't need the Queen.
Canadians don't want it.
God.
I'm annoyed enough in this country we don't get a say. Imagine being Canadian.
That's ridiculous. Australians
are totally off it as well.
New Zealand. This is terrible. The Queen should have nothing to do with these places.
A lot of the smaller countries have ditched them already, haven't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Remember, they went. William and his wife went to, was it Jamaica?
Bahamas, I think.
Bahamas, and there was a bit of anti-royal feeling.
And it should be.
But it wasn't a report in this country.
A couple of white people going around going, I get to fuck.
They're on one of those open-top Land Rovers, and I think you had a hat with an ostrich feather in it.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. Ken, Prince Philip, he shot... Have you ever shot a tiger? Prince Philip had shot... Prince Philip must have shot 3,000 tigers. He was fucking chairman of the World Wildlife Fund. He's killed more animals than anybody else. What? They were lecturing you. Prince Charles lectures you on fucking global warming. He flies about in jets.
Fucking hell.
What is this, a madness?
I love it, yeah. It's Prince Harry's telling everyone, don't go abroad on holiday unless
you're me.
you use our travel firm.
You're me. I'll fly a bit.
It's just the royals have become one big infomercial.
Fucking Meghan Markle gives press conferences. She goes up and stays lecturing people about stuff.
Yeah.
Like she's in a hard life.
It's like...
What are you talking about?
She's an actress in a TV show.
A second-rate TV show.
Marries some guy, and now she goes around like Mother Teresa with words of wisdom.
Shows up at stuff.
Turns up to lay flowers at a school fucking shooting. Who are you to do that? She's a piece of shit. They're all pieces of... See, people are saying, but, people are picking on her because she's black or she's a woman. No, she's a piece of shit that married into a piece of shit. I'm led to believe.
That's it. When she went to college, she was marked down as being white. I don't think she even really said she was black until she became the royal family.
It was
an issue for her.
Oh my God, people are weird.
I think she'd given interviews to say, I've never had any racial problems in my life.
And I've heard another thing as well. People will say, you're against an ambitious woman. Her behaviour's not ambition.
No.
I know people that work fucking harder and ambitious.
She's got to sell a title, then she's sitting down with it lecturing.
Exactly. Lecturing us. Get the fuck. Get the fuck.
Yeah, she's ridiculous.
No,
it's all ridiculous. But it's everything like that. When you become that level, people worship Barack Obama. I think he's fantastic. Look at his voting stuff he did. Look at what he actually did.
Yeah.
Not much.
Wall Street, very heavy into Wall Street.
Not much. A lot of drone strikes. What did he do?
I have to say, though, the drone strike is true and it's not.
Right.
Because when he became president, there was more drones.
Yeah, okay.
So it looked like there was a massive increase, but there was just more aircraft.
Let's just say... But the president can't do much. That's why I'm saying we should get president in this country. They don't do much.
Mm-hmm.
Just replace... But he had a big party for his 60th birthday party.
Okay.
And he had the opportunity to invite all these...
Speaking to the mic.
He had an opportunity to invite all the people who had got him there. There's a guy, David Axelrod, and there's all the wonks that got him to his position. They never got to go. Bruce Springsteen went.
Now, you were saying this because it's...
So these people move in circles.
Hey,
Elton John...
do you think he'll move in our circles?
No, possibly.
Because we've both been recognised now.
We have been.
We're getting younger patrons that young people are looking up to us as heroes. I'm not saying godlike, but we're getting there.
It's like Elton John. Elton John would spit on you and me. With Harry Styles, you and me.
Mm-hmm.
But Elton John's wonderful to all the other celebs. He joined this little club, and it's wealthy people, and it disgusts me. And it's like
all the
jealousy.
American comics.
It's not jealousy. I just think it's unfair.
All the American comics that hang out together smoking cigars, the little Illuminati.
Aye.
Who would want to be a part of that? Harry Styles, I didn't think he spat. I looked at it.
I grip.
No.
What do you think he did?
No. When you see Chris Pine reacting, he's clapping, he looks down, he goes, there's my glasses, and he picks them up and goes, I'm a fucking idiot. He's been looking for he thought he lost his glasses and they're between his legs. And he reacts to that.
Weird.
And when he bends over and looks like he's spitting, he isn't.
There's a bit of spice there, though. It's a fractious thing.
Maybe, but I don't think he's
not a happy set.
Because I feel
Chris Pine looks like 10 years younger. He's transitioning.
Chris Pine has got this hair and I don't know.
It's no socks.
Seemingly
Harry Styles is terrible. He's as good as fucking Michael Flatley, allegedly.
I have been watching every interview Flatley's been doing.
It's not good.
And he says, I don't listen to the haters,
Just as well.
It's like...
Me mammy.
As his mother told him to make it.
Touches of the Savo with the mammy. He's got the mammy room.
Oh, no.
But he says he can't even... It's a bit... He just grabs the woman.
I am so excited to see this film.
I think you're going to be disappointed. I think it's going to be shit.
I hope so.
I don't think it's going to be good shit, though.
If it's anything by the trailer...
Shit. They say the trailer makes it look better shit than it is. It's just shit.
We'll just have to wait and see.
Eric Roberts will do anything. Patrick Bergman from fucking... He was like Mother Teresa. He made a Robin Hood film at the same time as Prince of Thieves. To come out
Nobody
at the same
saw
time.
it, yeah.
When the opening line of that film is Patrick Bergman's Robin Hood. Bloody Normans.
Bloody Normans. Making a mess of our fields.
Patrick Bergman, he was in, at one time, he was in Sleeping with the Enemy with Julia.
Yeah.
The last thing I saw him in was EastEnders.
What? He's in EastEnders? I think he's in Sniper 25.
Oh,
he's 75 and he's still going out to Eastern Europe sniping people. It's wonderful.
God.
But I believe he got his fingers shot off in the first one, but he's back for more.
Oh no, that's not partner Bergman.
Oh, that's
Tom Berenger.
Tom Berenger.
Of Deadly Pursuit
I've
fame.
got them mixed up.
Tom Berenger's got the Native American cheeks.
Oh, I got them mixed up.
Tom Berenger.
Oh, right, okay.
There's the sniper with Billy Zane.
Yes, that's the one.
But the rest of snipers are
Berenger.
they're not follow-ups. They're sniper hyphen someone else.
Oh, right.
There's
okay.
one sniper where he goes to Moscow, secret mission in Moscow.
You've watched them.
Yeah. And the thing we can't be noticed, his partner's a black guy.
Oh. Well, to be fair, in the first one, they go, we've got to be careful in this area. And there's two tall Americans with sniper rifles walking through a village.
He just moisturizes his finger, so the sensitivity, and the guy cuts his finger off. Yeah, cigar chomper. Because he needs the moist. You press, you don't tug. You press.
You press, don't tug.
As a film, because they made Sniper, there's a Steven Seagal Sniper movie, and he has his shades on when he's like that.
Oh,
You don't have your shades on.
there's great compilations of Seagal either running or using a gun. And he uses a gun in such a strange way, the rifle, and he turns it and he holds it, and it's just...
There's one when he's like...
He always walks like this.
He's stealing information on a computer, and there's a door there, and he's like that. He's pointing the gun like that. Somebody walks in, you're like...
CIA. And here's another thing with guns in films.
We should make Steven Seagal our new royal.
I would be happy at that. There's not any difference. Guns are loud. And I've only seen one film, and it was in the follow-up to The Fugitive.
If you fire a gun in here, you're deafened.
Tommy Lee Jones.
Uh-huh.
And he shoots past the guy at the start of it. I can't remember. Was it US Marshals? I think. Yeah, US Marshals. And that guy's like, and he's deafened, like the guy he's working with. And that's the only time it's represented of how loud
if you're
a gun
firing
is.
a gun in here, yeah.
It's unbelievable.
I've just thought who I want for the new king.
Who?
Arnold Schwarzenegger for Conan. Can the bit where he's the old king and he's sat on the throne? Can you imagine? Go Norse.
Well, that would be
pure
good.
Viking. We've got Viking blood in us.
Not a lot.
Not
Look
much.
at me.
No.
Jesus. God almighty.
Wow.
Well, what blood the Crankies have?
We should have 2 weeks with like Death Arena.
To celebrate the death?
Yeah. Just like proper.
With the
fight to
royals.
the death.
No, all the Lord royals. If you want your bloody money from the taxes, you got to fight for it.
The Joker for Batman.
Yeah.
Breaks the pool cue. Throws it down. Right. Edward and Andrew are just like that going at it. Live on BBC 2. Not BBC 1, BBC 2.
BBC 2. But I don't have a TV, so...
Just fucking going for it.
Could you listen
Prince
to
Anne
the
would
radio?
win. She'd be ruthless, that bitch.
Now, here's the thing. Nobody seems to hate her. She seems to have gone through life quietly.
She's the reluctant royal. She just wants to suck off horses.
That's it. So,
quite simple, man.
Do you think she's going to be elevated a bit at this time, or she's just going to fuck off?
Nah, she'll just fuck off.
Yeah.
They'll just fuck off. There's too many of them. Ken, but the fucking the William and his wife, how many kids have they got? 3.
3.
It's too many.
Tarquin.
If some poor lassie in the council estate in Dundee has a second bairn like that,
They go mental.
What a drain you are.
They go mental.
It's disgusting.
They don't even work.
They
don't even work. They just be. They just are.
Well, they pay more tax than the royals. Because can a lassie or fags and her occasional cannies?
That's right.
That's more money. And her she pays more for electricity.
Oh, that's true.
A card meter.
Their rates they pay for Buckingham Palace is less than most people in the UK.
Yeah. And remember the Queen, Mr. She hid money abroad, that Panama Papers. There was money secreted.
Unbelievable.
I mean, that's well done, BBC, for fucking reporting on that, you fucking turds.
They are turds. And
turds.
How much is it a year for our TV licence?
It's because they all want to get the honours list. As soon as people take an honour, fuck them.
Oh, no, that's true.
Dead
but there's been so many people that refuse it.
No, what's his name? Him that did the Olympic ceremony. Boyle, not Frankie Boyle. Can him that did Danny Boyle. He said no.
No, yeah.
Honor Blackman
famously
said no, thank you, and she thought Connery was a piece of shit taking it.
Oh, there you go. And I agree. And
you
then
know
you've got to go along and bow. while
Sir
the-
Elton John.
Sir
Listen, people, try this mouthfeel. Sir Elton John.
But this
Sir
is the
Mick
time
Jagger.
where we
Sir
had
Paul McCartney.
knights,
Aye.
and they would ride horses and go into war and all this, and they came back and they had heads, and they would go, "We won." And he'd go, "Now you're now a sir. You're now a knight."
The knight thing's bollocks as well, though.
Now it's
The knight, there was
Bullshit,
one knight
man.
famously had on his fucking standard,
mhm.
it said, "If captured, we'll pay ransom." So when he was going about fighting the French, because the knights got treated well.
Yeah.
You and I,
Mhm.
with our little metal helmets and our pike and halberd, they would have just lopped us into bits and stolen my teeth. But some fucking Lord Fauntleroy of
But this still
Underchin.
happens. In the first Gulf War,
yeah,
the British went into one area and all the
Yeah.
soldiers were together.
Aye.
So what they done
Mhm.
is they put them all in this caged off area when
Yeah.
as prisoners of war. And for the they had 2 tents,
Mhm.
and so all the prisoners could see this. And all the squaddies went on one side and all the officers went,
Yeah.
and there was a huge amount of food, and they were treated with butlers
Yeah.
and everything, right? And they'd done this for a couple of days, and all these guys are watching it. So they went in and they said to the Iraqi troops, "Right, we're way to feed you all, so we need all the officers and that." So all put their hands up and went. So they were able to identify who all the leaders of the army were just by offering them better food. It works.
Mhm.
Believe in your...
If you want to know all you need to know about the officer class in this country,
Mm-hmm.
watch a film called King Rat,
Okay.
and it's got George Segal in it, and it's a British and American troops captured. I think it's the Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the way they behave. Just watch it. It's got John Mills, and it's a real indictment of like all that bollocks.
All that nonsense.
They got better rations and everything. Ridiculous.
Everything, because they're breeding. They're better breeding. They're better people.
Better.
They're leaders.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get.
It's a bollocks that's been fed to us. People believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I've never lived anywhere else in the world. I've not lived as a citizen, so I don't know. But this is not a meritocracy, this country.
No, not at all.
Never
Not
has
even
been,
close.
and it never
Not
will
even
be.
Close,
No,
no.
not close. And it never will be when you've got all these fuckers in charge. But this is a time for a conversation, a rational conversation.
They need
And
someone who is younger than the royals,
Uh-huh.
maybe likes a pair of combats and a t-shirt, to take on the mantle
Take
of
on
running
the
this country.
Yeah. Just give it a go. God, it would be terrible.
Why?
It just
Give me a
you know it
fucking
would be bad.
right. Okay, give me a question. If something is wrong in the country, I'll tell you how to fix
What's
it.
your
right
feeling
away.
on a death sentence?
Eh?
Would you let people vote on that?
No, you can't have a death sentence because even when it
If
was
it-
and it works, 1/3 of the people that go to death are innocent.
If I was put to the public, it would be back
It'd be
tomorrow.
it'd be back in the morning.
Back
You're
tomorrow.
absolutely right. But so I've give you an answer
It'll be
because of
back.
fact.
The death sentence could come back.
But this, hey, wait a minute, I'm in charge. It's not fucking voting. I'm
Well-
now in charge. I make all the decisions.
What about potholes?
Potholes, more of them.
Wheelie bins, that's the problem. Wheelie bins.
Gone.
Oh,
No wheelie bins anymore.
okay.
No.
Sewage.
I think it's doing a good job.
Okay. Sport.
Well, it depends on sport.
Olympics.
Ban football. I'm sick of it.
Graffiti.
More of it.
Dog shit.
I like it.
See what I mean? It's
See, things are
Concrete.
okay. I hate it.
okay. Wind farms.
Hate them.
GM food.
That's all right.
Organics.
No, that's
Fish
the-
farms.
Wait. Organic food's kind of bullshit.
Docking dogs' tails.
Stop it.
Cattle breeding. Sheep.
Not touching them.
COVID. Can just
Well, of all the pandemics, COVID's done a good job.
Mm.
You know, we've had modern technology fighting it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And it still managed to get through and stop the world. So I think as pandemics go,
it's
it
funny,
did well.
it's
So I
still-
full
it's
respect.
still- this country's back to normal as far as COVID
Yes,
goes.
very much so.
People, it's not getting reported. I don't know what the numbers are like in hospitals because you don't really have access
Mhm.
to them. China's still zero COVID.
Mm.
And it looks terrifying, man.
Yeah.
It's absolutely terrifying. China, I was an interesting thing I was watching about. China's put across this thing, high tech country. Do you know they could only had the technology to make ballpoint pens 4 or 5 years ago?
It's mental.
China was the biggest producer of ballpoint pens in the world,
Mm-hmm.
but they couldn't do the nib. That was made in Germany and Switzerland. and they were shipped across to China.
But that's what is an
and
international.
China would do the pen bit.
Yeah.
And then they said, this is ridiculous. So they spent 5 years and they were able to make their own ballpoint pens. They say, so
that's
chips,
what happens. Yeah.
Chips, China can't do it. The high-end chips, it's all made in America and abroad.
Taiwan, yeah.
Yep. And
that's why they're wanting Taiwan
so
again.
What they do is, what the Chinese do is, they buy up old phones and they break them up and they reuse the chips. It's fascinating. But you think, oh, Chinese make everything. No,
that's it. Now, it's like with our sanctions with Russia. We're going to have a candles shortage.
Yeah.
You don't make candles anywhere. Russia makes them.
Yeah.
Light bulbs. You know, it's bizarre. But we've created this world of trade.
It's all traded, yeah.
And if someone breaks down at one point, you're just going to have to do without.
It has this vast knock-on effect.
Yes.
What's about Ukraine in particular is the wheat.
Not that any wheat came here, all went to China.
It's just this huge, yeah.
All the wheat went to China. So, and then they're saying, well, wheat's really expensive now and we can't get it and that.
Gas, I'm led to believe gas prices went down by 41% the other day.
Yeah.
The bills don't.
No, that won't go down. Our gas company always said, the reason you're paying more is because we bought this a while ago at that, so it's catching up. But when it goes down, they don't say, oh, in a few months you'll be paying less. It never works that way.
No.
Fuck them. People are going mental in France because their fuel went up by 8%. And it's
the Queen's never had to put the bars in the 3-bar heater, put down 1 bar.
I worry about it because there were several old people died in Dundee a few years ago, and we had that massive blizzard about 12 years ago. And because they couldn't get out to get food.
Yeah.
And a couple of people in Dundee died of the cold.
Yeah.
Hypothermia in their house.
Oh, it's a common one, yeah.
Now, even though there's now a price cap being put on the fuel, old people are going to be terrified to put the heating on.
Yeah, they will. Edwina Curry had some answers. A tinfoil down the back of your heater and put on a jersey. I would have dragged that bitch out of the studio and flogged her. Eggy bitch.
I totally agree.
She said, oh, but back in the day we didn't have saying, there's nothing worse than boomers
telling you,
oh, we had it hard. Yeah, but you were young.
Yeah.
You're now, it's old. It's
old people. It's a disgusting attitude.
You're supposed to, every year, you want the society to improve. And I'm not meaning you've got bigger tellies. I'm saying people's standard of living should be
That's
easier.
Exactly
There's
right.
a weird
a
boomer
base
thing.
level.
It's a weird boomer thing, sadistic, masochistic thing. It's nice to suffer. No, it's not.
You know
It's
what?
ridiculous.
I recognise that. I recognise it in coming from a poor area and working class and that. A lot of people
Suffering doesn't make you a better
I don't
person.
need it. I can do this. I can do it. And it's like they're more proud because they can suffer.
That's ridiculous.
And you're like, no, don't have that attitude.
No.
We shouldn't be there. We're in a society we are fucking paying for. And here's the thing. People are going to be cold, but they're still paying these massive bills.
You can turn off all your electricity. It doesn't make any difference.
It doesn't make any difference.
I mean, it's your standing order. Doesn't matter.
Mine's, for this unit, mine's was the charge per day. What was it? 28 pence.
Right.
61 pence now.
Yeah.
1 year.
Yeah.
60 pence a day to have no electricity on.
Christ, if you've got
and it's a way to go up again.
It's a working poor. If you've got a poorly paid job, you've got kids.
You're fucked.
Fuck.
You're fucked.
Fuck.
But
Food
then
prices.
people go, well, don't have kids.
I know.
That's not the way life works.
No.
And when you start
dad always
blaming
said
people
to me,
like that,
having kids is not a rational decision.
that's correct.
Nobody in the history of time has ever sat down and said, can we afford to have kids? If that was the case, there'd be no people.
That's right.
It's not.
That's
it's
right.
Not,
It
it's
doesn't
not.
work
It's
that
not a
way.
logical thing to do. You will be poorer having kids.
The common thing in this country that's been said over the last year or so is young people, if you want on the property ladder, give up your Starbucks and your Netflix. So I gave up my Starbucks, I gave up my Netflix, and I'm buying 3 properties next week. No, I'm fucking not. It's a few pounds.
Nothing.
It's a few pounds, and it makes me happy.
That Kirsty Allsop bitch was saying, that was what she said.
Yeah, but she got a loan to buy her first house from her billionaire
Her
dad.
dad's a baronet. And they come onto the telly and lecture us. We need to have a more robust journalist that says, shut the this is one.
Shut the
this
fuck
should start
up, yeah.
tomorrow. Every time an MP of any political persuasion pops up to give a fucking spiel about something, should scroll at the bottom how much money they make and how much fucking extra money they make fucking from all their little side
Totally
hustles.
agree.
Just goes past.
It's like I've seen it
and
on
their voting record.
some comedy thing where they have to wear, like a Formula One driver, everyone
Yes,
that
yeah,
sponsors
no, they
them.
should,
They
clear.
have to by law.
Should just by law.
And now that sounds to some people silly, but why?
Why? How do you know where this person's
Right,
coming from?
okay, say our show got monetized.
Right.
Not monetized. We got a sponsor,
Okay.
right?
Big pie.
Big pie, big parking round the corner. Okay, so big pie.
Mm-hmm.
By law, we have to say that there's a paid sponsorship in this video.
Yeah.
By law.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with that.
Yeah, yeah.
If I say, oh, I like Bodum cups, well, I do. I
Yeah.
buy them. I've
Yeah.
got loads of them. They're
Yeah.
great. I'm not sponsored. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Uh-huh.
But if they pay me
Yeah.
to say
No,
that, I might not like them.
MPs don't have to do that. Slide along.
And they can just lie and
Slide
lie
along.
and lie.
Slide along.
And it's not right.
And it's not even that. What they're doing as well is they do favours for people because they know, but they're promised a job when they come out of their MPs. Step
Yeah.
away from frontline politics to get stuff. It's chronic. The whole system needs a shake up. And people say, "Oh, it's attitude. It's too much work." It's not.
No, it's not. Turn it upside down. Get it working.
Shake it loose. Get all the stuff under the city.
And then
give
what
it a
about
good
the
hoover.
people who know they won't become millionaires by being an MP? You're not
Yeah.
allowed to.
Yeah.
They won't be able to get these. Say you become an MP and you go, right, you want to be an MP and represent your place. To keep those problems out, you're not allowed to run a company
Yeah.
or be an advisor or anything.
No second homes.
No second homes.
Build a place in London. It's nice quality. I'm saying nice quality.
Mhm.
A lot of accommodation, en suite, make it nice. That's where you live when you're in London. Because
That's
there's
fine.
fuckers we know who've got second homes.
That's what
And
happens.
I'm not against if you're doing your business as an MP. I don't mind you getting a fuel allowance. No, if you're genuinely going to something, that's absolutely fine. Streamline. Imagine if Charles comes in
Okay.
and he's just like that, shirts off. He's like, "This Charles. This is a Charles age."
That would the noise it would make with his fat fingers as well.
And
Like
he's just,
like baby carrots.
somebody's been whispering to him for years. He's
And
been
he just goes,
some
"Fuck
mad
it, we're gonna
anarchist or
change it."
something. I'm
Yeah.
going to change shit.
He's been waiting. That's a
He's been
long
waiting.
wait.
And he's fucking those Scots Guards, guys. They go running into Parliament,
Fucking
bayonet a
getting
few
everyone.
people. Let's trust. And that's things that get changed. All the money gets thrown out in the street. Hanging.
God. Okay, I wouldn't go that far.
Imagine.
But
Just hang a few of them.
just hang a few. But
Difficult to hang Theresa Coffey.
oh god.
Old Philip Serrell. See her try to put her shoes on.
Oh.
People say, "Oh, they're cruel to her because she's kind of her physical appearance." No, I hate her because she's a cunt.
She's a cunt. It's
It's
like
horrible.
Thatcher. When Thatcher died, I went, who
Great.
cares?
No,
Just
when
who
Tha-
fucking cares?
When Thatcher died and when the Queen Mum died, I laughed. The Queen Mum
and-
was a bitch.
Don't care. And
The Queen
Thatcher,
Mum liked apartheid South Africa.
yeah, and Thatcher notoriously hated Scotland, and
Yeah.
her husband was
How
a
did you
dodgy
get- how did you-
character.
How did you get that impression? She hated Scotland. Fucking
So-
poll tax.
Exactly. So, when she died, went fine. Another old woman died.
Yeah.
What does it fucking matter? I
Well,
didn't
she
know
was
her.
put up in some splendour in a hotel. Rich Tory donors just like mollycoddled her in the later part of her life.
It's
Because
disgusting.
they'd made so much fucking money off her.
Oh my god.
So much money.
And people going about, oh, but this was a woman, the first woman leader. And as soon as she was in, every other woman was chucked out.
Yeah. They're going
She
on about...
kept women out.
They're saying,
was
I've
mental.
heard it say, the BBC's, well, what about Labour Party? There's not enough women or ethnic minorities in the Labour Party. And look at what the Tories are doing. You're like, the colour of people's skin and their gender's got nothing to do with their cunts.
They're cunts.
What? They
It's-
put that guy, Steve Baker, as the Northern Ireland Secretary.
okay.
Steve Baker went hunting with the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Jesus fucking
And they
God.
put him
What?
in charge of Northern Ireland. I think that's bold.
Oh my God. This is our country, man. We're fucked. We're fucked.
Even if you hate the fuckers,
Yeah.
you want people to be competent. An asshole can be competent.
Mm-hmm.
Right? People dislike Blair intensely now.
Mm-hmm.
But Blair, in the early stage, when Blair was in his pomp, when you had Blair, Gordon Brown, and the machination, all the fucking guys in charge, they were a well-oiled machine.
I agree.
And
That is true.
They could deal with stuff.
They could get things
They would
done.
have struggled to fuck with what's going on just now.
Mhm.
And instead, we've got a guy in the top hat.
It's
Jacob
crazy.
Rees-Mogg.
It's
We're
crazy.
not prepared for this.
We're in a crazy
We're
world.
a
at the
great
moment.
country. We're
Do you
an
think this is
ideas
time of
country.
flux, and this is going to be pushed by the death of the Queen?
I'm
We're in a
hoping
time
they
of
use
flux.
this. Yes.
Yeah.
People, it sounds like we're slagging this country. No, the UK is a fantastic creative place.
Yes.
Think of the Second World War, all the weird contraptions that the British made.
Can I
mindset is
interject
different.
here
Yeah.
before you finish? A lot of people hear me having a go at Dundee
Yeah.
and having a go at Scotland and the UK.
Yeah.
But that is the more entertaining side.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
I just go, it was lovely today and everyone was nice, there's no talking there.
No talking.
Actually, if you come here, you're going to have a great time.
It's
There's
a
a
good
lot
time.
going
Yeah,
on and
there's a
stuff
lot.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But just because a lot
We're
of people
allowed
think
to
I'm...
slag. No, we're not.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
the Germans fucking the German attitude in
Yeah.
the Second World War. And they struggled because they were just like this way about them. The British were wildly mad thinking.
Yeah.
We had oddballs that had the Enigma
Mhm.
machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy people. And that's what's good about this country. Surely we can think our way out of this situation.
I believe we can. I believe any country can.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, a system's created where people can benefit from it
Yeah.
in maybe one way, a safe way,
Yeah.
safe financially.
If
But
you
that
behave,
creates a
if you
system where
behave, you get a suck
bad,
of the tit. Yeah.
bad actors can get in
Yeah.
and start doing their own thing. Now we're left in this mess,
It's just a...
an absolute mess.
And it's like we've got systems in place, like in a lot of African countries, they had no phone network.
That's right.
So they went immediately onto mobile phones. They're not using cash. Everything's done on their phone. They don't have this shit to clear out. We have all this infrastructure. Like if we wanted to modernise the trains, it would be better if we had no trains and we built.
Exactly, yeah. That's a huge issue.
We're
So-
left with all this crap. If you walk about, I've seen some food on YouTube of late, and it's people going about the UK. In the roads, everything's looking a bit tired.
Everything's looking fucked. I
Potholes
think
and
we're about to go into a time
Aye.
where the UK's... We're going to start sliding.
You see some countries
I
abroad,
think you can see it.
Singapore,
Yeah.
and the streets are clean and everything looks streamlined.
That's
and
because
like
they
more,
almost beat you to death
Yeah.
if you drop chewing gum. I'll keep my chewing gum in
There's
my
problems.
pocket.
There
yeah.
are problems.
Fucking
You
hell.
know what I mean? Well, that's what the mistake they always say. They say, God, everywhere's better than us and all this. Every country does some things right and some things terribly.
That's
But
right.
I'm starting to think Britain's doing a little bit too many things badly.
But this is only recent because
Yeah.
we're actually getting better and
Mhm.
better. Then all of a sudden, it's
No.
quite noticeable that, for example, the streets are dirty.
Yeah,
The bins
Potholes.
aren't getting...
potholes.
Things are happening. Things are just breaking down a little.
Yeah.
And I can see that. But that doesn't mean that it's going to keep going that way.
No,
That could change
I
overnight.
think we could use the end of this.
I think the
lady,
pandemic's really pushed it on.
Shake things up a little bit.
Hopefully. And I could run things.
Well, run things into the ground.
Oh.
Jesus Christ. Imagine your military. Oh, my Lord.
But wouldn't they look fantastic?
I think they'd be
I would
scruffy.
change that. You know what? This I would like this if
You'd
it was
have
a
them all
better
in
colour.
shorts.
Wouldn't it be great? Wouldn't it be good?
Saying that,
I'm not good at shooting, but the fashion I'm excellent at.
If your elite troops, Captain Gaylord's military armed battalion,
Yeah.
rode proudly into battle with Club Tropicana,
Oh my
that would
God.
unnerve an opposition, wouldn't it?
You see, you're joking,
Aye.
but you said what I'm thinking. I think that'd be great.
What's that noise?
Club
It's not.
Not Ride of the Valkyries. It's Club Tropicana. You know what? I'm going to do it tonight. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to get the Ride of the Valkyries in Apocalypse Now with the helicopters, the cavalry going in.
Change it to
And I'm going to do it to Club Tropicana, but I'll do it all right. I'm going to do that.
Vietnam,
I think that'll be-
man.
Ah,
Fuck.
does it take you back
I know now.
back to Nam?
British troops were almost there. Wilson's like, no, thank you.
Yeah,
Australians were there.
went.
They were
Australians went.
conscripted.
I know. Fucking
I would
hell.
never forgive my country for that shit.
No.
Imagine you've been conscripted into Vietnam. But why? And you'd been shot at, you'd lost limbs and pals. Why would you ever have anything to do with your country ever again?
But look, this is what countries do. They
Kill your youth, the working class.
you see,
people. Cannon fodder us all.
quite famously in America, when troops were badly injured, they were kept in Germany for a long time
Right.
because they just didn't want
Didn't
this
want them back.
back, right? But if they die, they go straight back, and beautiful flags and beautiful ceremonies. When you have the army like that, it's a death cult.
Well,
It's like poppies everywhere.
was it Lady Di's wedding? They had a few set officers who'd been injured and they kept them in the back.
Get them in the back.
Guys for the fault. Let's get them
All burnt faces.
I
and
saw
that.
a piece of footage and it was First World War, and it was
Okay.
factories making artificial limbs. But the people working in the factories were guys that had lost limbs,
Oh my
and they
God.
tried to do it like,
Oh, look how.
look at this limb. Fuck, I've got a hook now. This is much better. Ah!
It's like when you see a soldier
Oh, you
back
see some of
carrying
the
a gun
wound-
and he's got his 2 metal legs. You're like,
Some of the wounds.
maybe
man.
you should take up
Some of
something
those
else.
fucking wounds.
Oh,
Oh, Jesus
it's
Christ.
not good.
Some of the surgeries they did in people that had been maimed and disfigured.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That's where plastic surgery came from,
yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. What, funnily enough, war's always great for technology advances.
Falklands War,
Yeah,
when you go to the hospital now, you're cooled
yeah,
if you're badly injured. And this came from the Falklands, where there was people, you know how you don't go for the
Yeah.
screaming, you
Yeah.
go for the ones that are quiet
yeah,
first.
yeah.
So people were left on the battlefield quite a while,
Mm-hmm.
and they were being really successful
Mhm.
in getting their survival rates up. They were frozen.
You imagine the stuff in Afghanistan. Imagine the people they can save now. Traumatic injuries they can save. People.
Well, that's the thing. The body armor's so good.
yeah.
An IED will rip your arms off, your legs off, and you survive it. It's
The,
unbelievable.
I'm sure, was there not one something happened in the First World War where people had like a bloom of like mold on them
No, I
and
was
people
this.
survived? I'm sure I read something. It was a strange like blue mold that appeared on people. I can't remember. It's a YouTube thing.
Oh my God.
Oh Christ!
And it's all one thing from World War One.
All this Queen and country shit.
World War One. Broken legs. People would die.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all you done, right? And then they got this brace metal on both sides,
Yeah.
and then strapped you on that, and you could walk pretty quickly, even with a broken leg, and you'll survive. It's amazing.
Well, just think about it. Like before penicillin, tooth decay just bumped you off.
That's
Earaches.
it. But there wasn't as much tooth decay.
Yeah.
That came later.
Sugar.
It was sugars, and it was now was it Afghan horsemen?
Right.
They used to keep bread that would go mouldy, put it away, and if they got ill, they ate it,
Oh.
and they were having penicillin.
Oh.
Humans can kind of just pick up on this
Yeah.
craziness, but anyway, the Queen is gone.
It's just gone.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, ding dong,
Ding dong.
the Queen is dead.
Charlie with his fat fingers. I think it's.
He doesn't use a
I
computer.
think it's gonna be months, and then they'll
How does he use a smartphone?
get somebody else to do it.
It's like flippers,
Like flippers. Jesus.
which you described my hands as the other day.
Mhm.
When, by the way,
Mhm.
our last show, our
Yeah.
live show, went down very well, and for a panic, an hour before
Oh,
I
but-
picked you up to take you up the road,
Yeah.
I had to come down here, pull all this apart, run up the road. We had to figure out. We had a couple of technical glitches in the first few seconds, but they fixed right away, and it was fine.
Yeah.
It was good. We didn't
People
have
think our incompetence is a performative.
we
thing.
didn't
It's
have
not.
time to even
Yeah.
test it. We just put it
We just
on
went
and
for it.
recorded.
We just
It
went
was
for
that. So it worked out very well. And here's the news. It went so well, I think we're going to continue it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I've just got
Can
a
you
brand
promise
new...
me Laura won't be listening again?
Laura
Takes me
will
off.
be there. She will be
Take
there
me off.
writing down her abuse. She's going to send me a notice. Always me.
So she
So-
knows. I just wouldn't even respond.
No, you
I
don't
see a
even-
woman's name, I just delete it.
Just don't deal with that. So, I have just bought
Oh no.
a new webcam.
Oh Jesus.
So we don't need to steal anyone else's. We can have our own webcam. Because quite annoyingly, these excellent cameras from DJI don't have a webcam setting.
That seems
Now,
foolish.
It's weird. You get them on GoPro, but you get software to do it, but it's not great.
No.
It's third party, and it's not great.
Ah.
I have it, and
Ah.
I bought it to use it, and it's a bit
Okay.
glitchy. So last night I got an Elgato webcam. It's incredibly good quality.
Oh,
So we'll have the all set up here, and but the 5G's still not on.
it's happened.
The apparently buildings were getting hit by lightning here by not just like one or two times. It was
Multiple
like 20,
strikes.
20 hits or something.
It's like that about fucking thing with invasion.
Oh,
War of the Worlds.
Terrible film. Hard to
I
watch.
love that film.
Do you like that?
Oh man, I love
Let's
it.
take a
You know my
classic
favourite
story
character.
and rewrite
My
it.
favourite character.
Tim Robbins, you're a pervert as well.
No, his son. I love that guy's gung ho attitude. I think that they should have followed his adventure because I was on board with it.
That I want to see it. I want to see
I
it.
want to see it,
And
Dad.
he runs over the hill.
Survives.
His son's got. He survived. Did you see the whole place just go?
That's-
And he's fine. Not even a singed hair on
His
that. mop.
patriotism kept him alive.
That's exactly that film.
Like a shield of steel.
Spielberg's worst.
Remember Batfink? My wings are like a shield of steel. No? Okay.
Anyway, ladies
Is
and
that
gentlemen.
us?
Ladies and
God
gentlemen.
bless the Queen.
That was...
Long
yep.
live the Queen. The Queen is dead. Long live the King. King Charles III.
Oh my
Hope
God.
it goes better for him than the other
King
one.
Charles dogs
Ah.
are annoying little fucks.
Their brains are too big for their skulls. They all have epilepsy.
Annoying little fucks.
Oh, they're annoying.
Horrible. They smell
They
funny.
smell funny, greedy.
Horrible.
What's that noise?
That's Susan. Susan's back from up north. She
We'll
was
have to
away
go
up
in and
there
see if
getting
she's
her
gonna-
plumbing
see if
done.
she's gonna have got it.
Oh, Jesus.
It's a big job.
That's a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, until next time.
We should have had our black eye.
Wait, you've got to be... No, more somber.
Somber.
Wait, somber music, listen.
God save
The Queen is dead.
our gracious Queen. Long live our gracious Queen.
The Queen's dead.
I'm going to have a fish supper tonight in her honour.
What else have we got here? Wait.
Wonderful.
The Queen's dead.
You could use...
The Queen's dead. Okay, we'll do it again. Wait. Ladies and gentlemen, ding dong, the Queen is dead.
God bless.
Until next time.
Ta-ta,
Laters.
ta-ta. Oh,